Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Play series. I hope you're all doing well. Last episode we made this beautiful mansion and also we finally made our storage system. Feels good to finally be organized and to have a beautiful structure to tie up a world together. Speaking of which, between episodes I've actually finished the storage room. As you can see, we still have our two little alleys at the front. But yeah, there it is. So this is a very unusual color palette that I never used before. Mix of mangrove, terracotta, and yeah, lots of greeneries, some crystals, and of course a big beacon chandelier. It's actually been 2 days since that last clip. You may have seen this cauldron cube in the sky before, and it's to gather powdered snow. At a certain height in taiga biomes, it snows instead of raining. So it always rains in the village, but if you go high enough, it actually produces snow. And yeah, it also gives us a nice view of the village. You may be wondering what I did these past 2 days, because there seemed to be nothing new in the world, so you actually have to go back to the storage room. You know, it looks the same, except maybe in the middle. Let's go look inside. So yeah, very cozy, peaceful environment. Absolutely nothing dangerous at all. You know, feels very safe to be here. You could maybe put my bedroom in there. I don't know. So yeah, if you want to see a bit clearer, let me drink a night vision potion. Yeah, so as you see, it's kind of an abandoned lab. And you know, there's skulk everywhere and it's pretty rundown. It's like a skulk infestation. And I really like how it came out. It's a tough block to work with. It has a weird texture and it doesn't go well with a lot of other blocks. So I just put spruce leaf with skulk veins on it and it looks pretty good with it. And as for the blinking lights, it's a complex system. It's chickens sometimes walking on pressure plates and it turns on the lights on and off. It does a pretty good job at setting the atmosphere down here. Actually, you may recognize some buttons. It's the Porter network. So I always wanted to have some kind of a hub for it. At first it was just a small place in my starter home before, but now we have a proper place for it. Let me just show you around. So first we're gonna go to the iron farm. There you go. As always, you have to recharge the Ender Porter so it works. There you go. So I also kind of changed the room in there, nothing much. I just closed it off and added some shulkers on the side. And we also have a button to go back to the hub. And we always come back to this one. Also put one down in the enchantment cave. That's the place to make, you know, pickaxes or silk touch or fortune. I use this from time to time. And of course we also have a way back. Next we have the redstone storage. Same place as before, just with a skulk infestation. So this one is our mob farm. And you can see there's 2 buttons this time. There's one to go back to the hub. And there's also one to go in the ocean. So yeah, this is the inside of the mob farm. I have all the sugarcane and all the nano farms down here. So if you go deeper in the ocean, you can see where did we land. On a boat. Pretty much on the middle point between the mob farm and the mushroom island. And from the boat we have the choice either to go all the way to the mushroom island or to go back to the mob farm. If we go to the mushroom island, made a small ruin there with a lot of skulk. Start infesting the mushrooms next to it as well. So I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, this is the mushroom island where we have most of our farms. And yeah, I also made this one recently. It's the Dripstone Farm. I'll show you more clearly later in the episode. And this is the Shulker farm that we made last episode. But yeah, as you can see, we are like minus 600. And if we take the Ender Porter back, we make it back to positive 10, so we do 600 blocks in like 15 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty great. It's a great way to traverse the world. Then we have our nether portal. And I also added one for the mansion, so the top of the mansion. As you can see, still no interior done. Yeah, this is just a way to go up the hill without having to fly up. And I didn't put a button to go back because I can do very easily if I just walk the bridge, press this button, and I'm already back in the storage room. And then I just have to walk 5 blocks and then I can fall back in again. There is still room for more destinations for the Ender Portal system. So yeah, as you can see, it's just very long redstone lines going underground and going all the way to places. And it has to be loaded in order to work. So that's why we can teleport thousands of blocks away. You could potentially do that if you use chunk loaders, but I don't want to use them. There is still a few things that I've been procrastinating. So there's a few paths. One of them is the path to go up to the mansion. And there is also this one to access the docks. Okay, so welcome back. We did do the path to go to the mansion. It's looking a bit plain for now, but there's still some stuff that I want to add next to it, so I'm not too much committed on it with how it looks. And I also made the path to access the docks. It's very basic, but it just needed to be done. And if you want to see how far the boat and the mushroom island are by flying, you know, there it is. This is the midway point, and this is the mushroom island. I actually want to show you the Dripstone Farm a bit clearer. So it's a flying machine based one, and if I raise the volume you can hear all the stalactite and the the great water sounds. I just love this sound. I'm not sure why, but it's so satisfying. So the dripstone, it has a water source on top. It's gonna grow, and it also can fall on the ground. And I didn't put an automatic timer on it because I want to be able to press the button and hear all the sounds. As you can see, it's two sweepers. One sweeps the top and one sweeps the bottom, and it grabs all the dripstone. I think this is gonna be a recurring thing. Like every episode I want to press the button once and just enjoy the sounds it makes. And yeah, as you can see, the dripstone ends to the sides, and there is hopper minecarts on each side that are picking up the items. And it's all coming up this dripstone fountain. I could put a better unloader for the minecart, but the point isn't that it's gonna be a very efficient farm. And yeah, also, I'm not sure I showed this in episode. I did show it when I was doing a live stream the other day. And by the other day, I mean like 8 months ago. This is an Etho tree farm. This is without TNT dupers. It's best for big spruce trees, so the 2x2 ones. Then you go to the top, and then you dig a hole in the middle, and you land on a pressure plate, and it's gonna turn on a clock, gonna make TNT fall down, and it's gonna explode all the logs. Then it pushes the log a bit, and you can clear it if you want, or you can leave it and regrow. It works best with spruce trees, but it works with nether trees, or, you know, dark oak. And yeah, you know, same thing, you just clear a path. With the dark oak, there's a bit of logs also in it, so... And as for the items, under the carpet, it's filled with hoppers, and they all end up in this chest over here. And yeah, that is a pretty good farm. I use it very often. And there's another farm that I made like a couple months ago, and I forgot to show you. It's this way in the nether. It's actually not super far from our base, but I still made a way to go to the nether. So let me go to the AFK spot. Okay, so this is an Ilmango slime farm. It's a swamp slime farm. As you can see, it's a tiny swamp biome, and there is a lot of brown mushrooms, and brown mushrooms emit a light level of 1, so slimes can spawn, but no other hostile mob can spawn on it. So it makes it the perfect slime farm. You don't have to dig a chunk for it. As you can see, they just keep spawning. They get attracted by the iron golem in the middle. They fall down, they start freezing in the powdered snow, and sometimes they also get hit, and we collect the slime balls in a chest. Okay, so we're almost done with this episode. There's just one last thing. I had a friend over the other day, and they just started playing Minecraft, and so I wanted to show them my world. I wasn't fishing for praises or anything. First thing they said is, wow, it's not very colorful. And I gotta say, I do agree. I mean, it's a lot of brown, a bit of green, but not that much. Now when I look back at the first builds I made in this world, they do look a little plain. I like their shapes, I like how they came out, but I just think that there's a lot of improvements that could be done on them, and it's a good exercise, I guess, so something I want to try. So I want to work on this starter home and try to remake it with my building standards of today, and with a bit more color. I'm curious how it's gonna look. So yeah, let's get to work. Okay, are you ready? Aha! Looks a lot better, doesn't it? So yeah, if we look at the before and the after, you can really see it looks a lot different. I think it has a lot more personality now. Before it was just a plain spruce building, and now it's a lot more colorful, and it has a more detailed style that I really enjoy. Now I've changed the walls to be not just calcite, but, you know, a bit yellowish. I added some roof trims with some amethyst to give some nice color, and I also mixed a lot of dark oak, and I think it looks good. Very nice combination. I also added some glazed terracotta here and there, you know, one of the most underrated logs in the game. And yeah, we also made the windows in acacia, just like in the mansion. And yeah, for the tower, we also added some, you know, the regular building blocks like lectern and target blocks, and somehow they fit. And at the top, we altered the roof shape a bit. We also made a bigger roof spike. Yeah, I gotta say, looks pretty good, especially when you turn on the shaders, but I mean, that's a bit of a cheat code to turn on shaders on the build. Added 2 small roofs, one beneath the side entrance and one beneath the fireplace. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm very happy with this little experiments we just did, you know, to just remake one of our older builds. I hope you like how this looks, because yeah, this might be the new standards for our buildings. But yeah, that's actually gonna do it for this episode, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, take care, and bye-bye.